Yo, what's going on, everybody? You are live with us on Heritage Hip-Hop, DJ Kawon, and the Hello Effect. Welcome to the Mic Council, where we are talking about things that are culturally driven with no skips. We ain't skipping no topics. We are telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help our black asses. And not only are we going to tell the truth, we're going to give you the truth. So thank you for joining us. Kawon, how you feeling today?
I'm good, man. Back to school these past couple of weeks. So, we're going through that first round of kids getting sick. So I've been sleep all day and medicated up because I had to make the show tonight. But other than that, man, good. Boom Bap alumni still moving, putting the finishing touches on the follow-up album and about to start some new work with my brother Condu. We about to do a duo production album. So I'm excited, man. And my man No Teddy too. We got a release date for the faculty project coming in September. So things is looking up.
All right. Seek, what's going on with you?
Man, I just been busy, man. You know what I mean? I just been busy just doing what I do. The Hello Effect Experience Part 4 is next Sunday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's the day before the Heritage Hip-Hop Awards, you know what I mean? And speaking on that, I had the chance to listen to some of the projects, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's the proper way to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it at some point, you know what I mean? How I felt.
Afterwards, after the winter come out, we'll get into it.
Yeah, for sure. Or all camera though. Like I want to talk to you, you know what I mean? But what else? Oh yeah, just trying to get back focused. You know what I mean? I got a lot of things going on in my personal life, you know what I mean? But I'm still trying to stay caught up with, you know what I mean, the media side, to stay consistent, you know what I mean? So, and also have time to still decompress because understand we got a lot of stuff going on, personal life, professional life, but you still got to take time for yourself because health is wealth. You know what I mean? And speaking on that, I don't know if you heard about P from QC. It's reporting he had a heart attack and stuff like that. And I mean, they say he's still here, but
the guy already died though.
Nah, that was false. I'm saying this thing that was false. To say he's still, I mean, he's still in the hospital and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, take time. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how you physically look. You still got to take time to get rest. Even if you're working out every day, still get your body some time to rest. But let's get into the show. What about you? What up? And also, I'm hungry.
Yeah, you tearing the plate up over it. Shout out to cooking. Shout out to food. I mean, I passed my test this week, y'all. I'm officially AEO certified. So everybody, when we talk about coming to Heritage Hip Hop, coming to the Hello Effect, going to DJ Kawon, we putting in work behind the scenes. So for everybody who wonder why I'm not doing as many interviews or things like that, is because we putting in work behind the scenes to make sure when we do business, we do it correctly. So shout out to HubSpot Academy for my degree, my certificate. Shout out to my professors for AEO fundamentals, and we're going to keep going because that's not the only thing we're going to study.
Congrats, brother. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Salute you. Respect.
Appreciate that. So let's get to work because we have something very interesting to talk about. I want to focus on 50 Cent this week. 50 Cent was criticized for not doing the verses with T.I. And because he broke T.I.'s heart, I don't care what y'all say, he broke his heart because he really wanted that verses, right? He broke his heart, and T.I. disrespected 50 and the verses by saying verses is for poor artists. And, we got the idea that, it's not something that people want to do or is easily done. Donell Jones and Joe put on an R&B verses that was highly talked about for the performances, the lack of voice quality Donell Jones had when his voice was cracking, unfortunately. And then 50 made headlines after the verses.
Only giving us music as themes and intros.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be in the way. See, look, hip-hop culture is connected to youth culture. You are not supposed to be the hottest in nothing at 60. Fuck that, man. You can still do your shit. Like, you can still sing, and that's love music. It don't never...
But you've never felt like you still have one more album in you?
No, I still got love for music. I'm never gonna lose that. Like I'm always want to do something, and those are like entries. Look, this is me putting a little piece or tab something in there for them here. That I still do it. That I still got it.
But you ain't giving us. I
don't need it.
I can't come. I know you
bust their ass right now.
about
Look,
me.
put them niggas out, and I do the shit from 03 and fuck them up right now.
Right, true.
Right now.
So
Do you have
Bring them.
any
We go international. They don't know what the
any
fuck they talking
unreleased
about.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the topic of today's show. What do y'all think about 50's comments about being the hottest rapper at 60? Is it possible? And he talked about hip hop being tied to youth culture. Seek. You the person I wanted to start. What's up?
Yeah, I'm only reason I'm gonna start because we're gonna piggyback of what I said last week about like where's the new faces at? Why we can't get new faces in hip hop? Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's why I kind of agree with him, because at a certain age, especially if you're successful, why still be in that same field if life is big? You know what I mean? You could do other things. You know what I mean? If you're a hustler. So I understand that, like, he don't have to give you a full body of work. He gonna always have an audience, because just like he aged, his audience should age with him. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, the people that grew up on 50 Cent music should age with him. I mean, if he still decides to make music. But I definitely agree with him. Like, you could be a hot, but far as like the face, I feel like the face of hip hop should be a younger face. I'm not talking about like a kid in a sense. I'm talking about, we know when a mature age is. Somebody that you'll allow to run your company at a certain age. You know what I mean? He's young, but he's not a child. Like, you understand? And I feel like the OG should be in the background, really trying to make sure the generation after them is more successful, being that all these contractors fucked up. You know what I mean? If I'm like a Jay-Z or somebody that's supposed to be like the go to this shit, I'm supposed to be behind the scenes making sure we get this shit right and together. That's my piece on that for now.
Kawon, what you got?
50 said something key. He said, I don't need it anymore. Well, I don't need it, right? So to me, that was a key thing when he said, I don't need this. Because there's certain artists that they love this so much, man, and they just want to create, right? So you don't knock them for what they do. Because like I said, De La, they just dropped a dope album, but their music is different, right? They make a certain type of music that can transcend generation. 50's always been like that aggressive, street music, and that doesn't, to me, that doesn't transcend through generations, because like C said, people grow up, and even 50 said the 50 Cent fans now are the ones who are running the world, right? So these are people who are CEOs of companies. These are people who are movers and shakers in the business world. So that's how I get my business done, is because they grew up on my music, right? So 50's music is kind of like, that Jim Jones thing, where you can't be 60 years old still talking about busting shots in the street selling drugs, because it don't transcend, it doesn't do that. But like a Nas type of artist, a Common, what I'm saying, Most Def, those are the type of guys that they always talking about real life stuff and balance and maturity. So that music is different. So you kind of take it with a grain of salt with the type of artist it is. So yeah, man, I think a certain artists out there who don't need to make music, especially if they feel like they don't need it. If they just out there just making music just to make the music, you can tell. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get the little boozies and those type of artists who just make music just to try to be young and shit like that. But when you have these artists who care about the culture and the growth of it, it just feels like their music don't feel old and dated, just because they've always kind of been ahead of the trend. But 50 said it, man. He said, I don't need it. So why would I want to do it? So I agree with him on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in other ventures where now he also said too, you may get some 50 music and soundtrack. So you may get him on the show. I may drop a little something here and there, which is cool too. So he still loves the music, but he understands his audience, and he knows it doesn't make sense for him to go out there and put out an album, because then you'll be looking like, these other dudes who are too old to be talking about certain subject matter. You know what I mean?
I hear y'all, but that 50 Cent he opened Pandora's box to this, because people have been saying it. If you look at Bag Fuel, shout out to Bag Fuel, they talk about this a lot. Older artists coming back making music, and it's not going to go anywhere. You have 50 Cent make his comments on Apple Music on Ebro show, right? On I forgot the name of the podcast one with Jim Jones, Mano, Dave East, and Fab, right? They had Young Miami on the show, and she said 50-year-old niggas shouldn't be in the club. And Jim Jones was like, damn, because he the 50-year-old nigga in the club. And it's
True
a
though.
pretty young girl who's popping right now to put that perspective on him on his show. And it just raises the question to me. We're in the age where anybody can do this thing. Anybody. All you gotta do is put your stuff up for streaming, right? And you realize, y'all know we got a lot of artists and we got a lot of hobbyists. And the hobbyists are people who do it because they just want to put something out. And you have artists that's really trying to do something. Can a person with gray hair ever lead the culture? What do you think?
Lead the entire culture? In the hip hop culture, can a person with gray hair?
Nope.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Fall
Just
back,
because,
yo.
yeah, it's the way things are set up now. We don't follow our elder statesmen to for guidance, right? Because you got all the people on social media telling you what artists need to do and what they don't need to do. You got the Ray Daniels out there telling artists how they need to run their career and all that type of stuff. So I don't think a Q-Tip said this a few years ago. He said the cosign don't really um go anywhere anymore like it used to back in the day, right? So the artists who are established, who are always trying to bring up the next one, that don't really matter now because everybody has their own channel. We talked about this last week too. Your social media is your personal television station. Everybody has that now. So there's no checks and balances in the game anymore. So I don't think the older generation artists can lead the culture. I think they can still do quality work and they can still be a voice, but I don't think people would view them as a leader in the culture because I think the standards have changed because there's really no more music business anymore, right? Everything is kind of like a cash grab. So I don't think so.
See, what you want to add in? Shout out to that
Yeah.
plate. You fucking that plate up, yo.
Yo, it's my second meal of the day, man. As I'm saying, I be busy washing clothes, doing a lot of stuff, man. But I love it. You know what I mean? It's a part of my life. You know what I mean? I'd rather do that than not just wasting time not doing shit. You know what I mean? So I don't think, like I said, at the end of the day, a young mind is gonna help the future evolve. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So we need that to keep it young in a sense, you know what I mean? So it continue to grow. The OGs is supposed to, like I said, be in the background handling the business because y'all paved the way and y'all was the victim to fucked up contracts. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm tired of keep hearing these same type of stories. Oh, you did contract fucked up. Yo, what are y'all doing? So how we gonna and first of all, how we gonna respect any of these OGs if they all on these podcasts acting like bitches and hoes, like respectfully, like nobody respect them. I'm just being honest. So
Wow.
to keep that answer short, hell fucking no. Like, you know what I mean? Do what y'all needed to do. Do y'all due diligence. If y'all saying y'all to go to this shit and y'all the face of this, why is this still fucked up? Why people saying these contracts and why we can't get it right? That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Okay. So let's pose this question two different ways then. Shout out to Notes 82 on the check-in. Faculty coming soon. 50 Cent said one specific thing though that I think everybody looked over. You're not supposed to be 60 years old and be the hottest in the game. And that's where my thing is, because in the new digital age of music, right? The artists are against the hobbyists. Then you have the artists that want to be superstars, and you have an industry that doesn't make superstars anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody and I said, yo, the music nowadays, not to knock anybody, a lot of the shit out now right now, 93% of that shit is ass water, trash, diarrhea juice, sewage, is bile, disgusting. And I'm gonna tell you why. When they got rid of R&B, and I need to really get my R&B bag. Shout out to Nas, the romantic, and in R&B. We need him on the show. I was in my car the other day, riding up Main Street, shout out to Orange, New Jersey, and I heard a song out my window. And instead of the guy being a rapper, he's doing a fake-ass Bone Thugs and Harmony rendition of him singing his rap, auto-tuning, and it's another guy in the song who has a deeper voice who's auto-tuning. And I said, what the fuck is this? Because this shit is trash. Yo, you ever heard music so bad it made your skin hurt? I was going crazy in my car like, this shit is ass. And I'm thinking, if this is what you're contending with, You can make better music than them, but because you're older, you're not going to get respected as a person who made good music. So ageism is always going to be something that fucks up artist integrity or even cultural integrity. Because let me say this. Nas did the joint with Mass Appeal, right? And they dropped quality projects. Now, mind you, it was not one corny project there. Unfortunately, it didn't get the response industry-wide it could have got because the clips were considered newish, but they're an older group though, right? Then you got Kwame dropped the quality album. Redman dropped the album. Public Enemy dropped the album. Exhibit dropped the album. Cypress Hill was dropping albums. Everybody's still dropping albums, but because of age, they won't get the look of being superstars anymore. They're just old.
It's the old head syndrome. The old head syndrome.
And right now, hip hop is in a place where R&B was in the 80s, going into the 90s. SWV, Escape, and all of them, we gonna rock with them. But Anita Baker, she gotta fall back. We got Toni Braxton now. We don't need to listen to her no more. Sade's still out making good music, and we don't give a fuck because that's slow, old music. You're letting people put ageism on the sound and quality of the songs, knocking out good music. But even though you make good music, and the industry will not put you out as the face of anything, what is the point of older artists making music now? What do you think?
For their own fan base. That's what I'm trying to say. Kawon made a great example. We in the digital world, digital space. Like you can decide to straight to consumer to go listen to whoever your favorite artist is. You know what I mean? That's why Chris Brown and Usher is able to do them tours and people's gonna go to them because people love them, like at the end of the day. And I feel like now that we in this digital world, no record label or nobody could force me to listen to a signed artist. Like I'm gonna listen to anybody that has great music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before we couldn't, like back in the day when this thing was on the rise, we ain't have like the things like the internet and digital people to find people. Now I could find the next person. They don't have to be famous. I like their music. That's what I'm doing now. That's why I'm so in touch with like a certain kind of indie artist, not everybody, because it's like once again, it's different levels. Like, and I ain't talking about the broke ones down the vest. I'm talking about the ones that's out here really that actually believe in themselves and putting their own bread, and you getting to see them. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying their shit. They got a project, I'm gonna listen to it. Everybody's not gonna connect with it because everybody's still caught it in that phase of damn, I gotta be lit. I gotta listen to this famous person. No, you don't. We got a thing that's called the internet. I understand it's a gift and a curse, but it is also a gift, and you just gotta understand that shit. So, fuck who's gonna be the face. Find whoever the face is gonna be for you. And one last thing that was on my heart, that I was thinking about this shit today because people was talking about, not to change the subject, but people was talking about Jersey should support Jersey. I don't agree with that shit no more. You don't have to support nobody where you from. Support people that's gonna support you. That's the bottom line, yo, because it's never gonna be, I'm gonna support everybody where I'm from. People gonna always pick and choose who they gonna want to support no matter where you from. So support whoever's gonna support you. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. If you want some dope R&B too, man, check out. And they not paying me or nothing, but these are some dope artists and projects. Danielle Porter is a dope R&B artist. She's really dope, kind of that neo soul Afrocentric vibes. And the
Okay.
Womack sisters, they got the Womack sisters just released the album that's really dope. Has that vintage R&B. For those familiar with Bobby Womack, those are his babies. You know what I'm saying? And they're a trio. So those are two really dope projects you want to check out if you into R&B and
Hell
you
yeah.
miss it.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
nah,
So go
I'm
check them
back.
out.
I'm back on my
Yeah,
R&B. Like, to be honest, that's
yeah,
when Karev said it. I'm like, yo, that's what type of vibe I've been on. Like,
yeah.
to be honest with you, my event that's coming on the 30th is mostly R&B people. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to do what everybody's doing. Like, and I want real hip hop. And what I mean by that is like you really taking time and creating something instead of this blah 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 shit. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
hmm
So
Yeah,
I'm on that type of time, R&B.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. And Karev, I think for the face of conversation, I don't know. shit, I don't even know if that's even relevant these days now, right? Just because albums don't last long, people don't have that attention span to where nobody's going to carry a generation anymore. I don't think the things are set up anymore where people are going to be carrying generations based off of the music how it used to be. I think like C said, everybody's kind of finding their tribe and kind of catering to their tribe and moving that way. So the mass appeal thing I think was a huge success based off of the people who were fans of those artists. And we had that nostalgic feel of buying physical music again because mass appeal hit the mark on that. And then they had their pop-ups and stuff like that. Um think for the most part everybody kind of gets what they want now when they release music. They just want that. Some people just want the clicks and the likes, and then they move on. And then you have some people who actually curate the music. Like Rhapsody just dropped a really dope album. She's a dope female MC who's been in the game for a while, and they say this is probably her best album ever that she's had in her career, and she's been in the game for a while. So this shit takes time, man. So it's kind of like if you're the type of person where you have the patience and you just want to create and build, to me that's the fun part about all this. Now if you're the type of person you want to microwave it and just drop videos and drop singles and just want that then have fun at that too, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's ever going to be a face of or the hottest person, because that hottest only lasts you about a week and a half now to the next person drops something, the way things are set up, you know what I mean?
And hold up, can I say something also? And another thing, it's too much bullshit in hip hop right now to even try to focus on the music, to be honest with you. And I feel like even people that has a position of like a spotlight in the culture, they not really journalists and trying to really talk about the projects. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I was coming up in this shit, I used to love going to people, the journalists, the fine shit, like quote unquote Ralph McDaniels, you know what I mean? And anybody else that was really trying to really know who helped create this project. Like, you understand, like the producers, you know what I mean? Why you chose that person, you know what I mean? And such and such. So that's it.
All made y'all points are good, made and everything, and that's what's up. But that still doesn't answer the question about ageism and what people are making music for. Because listen, hip hop ain't the problem. It's just that we in the culture that we stuck on it because that's what we see. Taylor Swift talked about this when people stole her masters, right? People make fun of musical artists all the time. What do you think that show The Voice is about? Do them motherfuckers get contracts or they just singing because they want a chance to shine? And unfortunately, I think Tash, the Alcoholics, just made a song about this, how fame is, or the click and the attention is the new money, the new currency. That people just want attention and there's no business mind behind this. Can I give y'all gentlemen a history lesson? Y'all remember Napster? Y'all knew that that Napster was funded by the labels, right? And y'all knew, if you didn't know, Napster was funded by the labels. So everything that's going on right now when it comes to streaming and artistry and the music industry, how nobody's making music, or making profit now, that was started by the labels. The labels cannibalized, the big labels cannibalized the smaller labels, so only the big companies would survive. Then through streaming and pirating, it was like, look, yo, I got this box. Y'all could give us your music and we'll hold the rights to your music in this box. And since people are streaming, we'll put it here so people have access to streaming and we'll pay you so your music isn't lost. Long and behold, did the artists get paid? Yes, but increments of a penny, where the majority of money went to the labels and the big companies. Because if you didn't know, a lot of the shareholders in YouTube, Spotify, et cetera, are music labels. So when somebody pays for a subscription, they're paying into the shareholding of labels. So that's why for $10 a month, instead of buying one CD, you have access to a musical catalog, and it's lucrative for the labels now to have people sell their catalog to them to put on the box, and they get their one-time payment because you can't make money off of music anymore, right?
That's what they say.
But you put your music in the box and you're building the shareholders' portfolio while demeaning the value of the art. So at 60 years old, can you be the face of it? No, because obviously only a certain select amount of people are put on the radio because the radio makes superstars. The radio makes you the face. So when people say, I don't need the radio, basically you're saying you don't want superstardom, you want fame. That's it. And,
Can I say something?
Well, let me finish this one point. With them successfully killing R&B to make it that shit that made my brain numb, and we had this garbage ass music where people don't want to rap and get a singer, they want to rap and harmonize some bullshit. With the blending and the taking away of those things, not only have you devalued the music, you've cheapened the culture, because now what was seen as very special at one time is now a commodity that almost anybody could do and can't do it well. Seek, what you got to say?
No, I was making your point where like we do need the radio, but I was kind of gonna ask how we don't know that the labels don't own shares in the radio stations.
They do. We know that.
So what's the difference of getting it on the radio and on the streaming if they still got their hand in the cookie jar?
That gave the point of what you said earlier about people supporting people from where they from and all that. Gatekeeping. Because
okay.
I'm gonna keep it real. Let's talk about Jersey. I'm from the great state of New Jersey, Garden State all day. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm very upset that in my studies of New Jersey history, I just sent y'all a video about how Steady B and Cool C stole a song from a group in Camden.
Oh yeah, they masked them out.
Oh yeah, they went to the they had their show in Camden and they tried to squash it and. Watch the video, y'all. But yeah, that's something we might talk about on Heritage Hip-Hop one day. We have in New Jersey so many people who've come out with records. Y'all ever heard Fierce? He had a song called Crabs. See, that's one record that of somebody who came out in Jersey that was substantial. You ever heard Straight Outta Jersey by G-Rock?
Yeah, I heard that one.
Okay, well, you got him. You have so many artists from Jersey. I got introduced to my man Freaka. Shout out to Freaka. And people don't know Freaka. Yeah, Nitty Gritty. Nitty Gritty was Freaka and Wayne Dames. You got Chops. You had 2 PM, Trench Coat, and all of them, right? You have so many people from Jersey, right? But whenever you hear about New Jersey, all you hear about is Redman, Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, the Fugees. Who else? That's really about it. People don't talk about Double XL Posse. Double X Posse. They don't talk about the Artifacts at all enough.
The Outsiders.
They don't talk about the Outsiders. They don't talk about Rod. They're mentioned, but they're not talked about. They don't talk about Poor Righteous Teachers enough. We don't talk about any of them. And it seems like in Jersey, hip hop is stuck right there. Lords of the Underground, right there. No one. It's piss poor pathetic, yo. And shout out to Wyclef and the Fugees and all them, but that's all they talk about. And then there's a great divide in Jersey because now the younger cats don't acknowledge them really at all. They may listen to them, but their thing starts with Fetty Wap, Arsenal, Sue Surf. They don't really talk about Coil Ray as much. You got Honey Baby, who's new.
Because she don't talk about Jersey that much. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Well, there you go. Well, then you also got Curly Jen is coming out now. Yeah, Hard Luck. You know, we have some people that's coming out from Jersey in different territories, but once again,
Shout out to Ransom. He going viral right now for that project. I gotta check out that project. Everybody talking about.
Project is great. Clarity the joint. That's just a great project. I like it a lot because he finally got away from people who gave him like
Big Jersey. Fuck him. They gotta give him his flowers, yo. Give him his flowers. He one of the top. Not even in Jersey. This a top MC, yo. Like respectfully.
But respectfully, and let me get to my point with that. All these old 90s rappers don't do shit with these newer artists. And one thing I want to say is this, because hip-hop, the industry of hip-hop has become who's going to be the best slave to stay popular with their master. Not knowing that if hip-hop truly is a culture, then the elders have to bring in the youth to stay relevant. Why the fuck don't I have? I don't even talk about Redman and Fetty Wap and all them because Fetty and them are on. There's a group.
I know why.
Well, all right. Well, I'll let you go on after I finish. You have Red, doing all of them, right? And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying this. We have a group in New Jersey called the Cornerstones. Samad Savage, Jay Wonder, Blaze the Rebel, and Solus. They should be getting that look. There's other artists who are older than them. Like let's talk about Big Stomp. Let's talk about Ill City, 050 Boys. Let's talk about Trilly Trails. Let's talk about NJ Threat. He should have been out of here. We have artists that have that skill set that should be somewhere else. And I know in the industry, people be like, I don't want the headache of dealing with new artists. Sometimes all you got to do is do a show in their home state and bring those people on stage so the state know they exist. I have a big problem with that. And shout out to North. Well, North got a problem too, because that 24 hours a piece, I'm happy to see D Bridges and Real Music on that stage. I think Stress should be on that stage. I think more people should be on that stage for hip hop and R&B. But the sad part is when there's people in power who have the power to open the door and they don't, and they think a picture with somebody is enough, that's not enough. I give respect to Tretch and Naughty by Nature for them to putting Cruddy Click and Rotten Rascals on. The ultimate person who put people on in hip hop to me is the RZA, because Wu-Tang made a money for a lot of people who you would never have known about and gave them some type of lifeline. It's piss poor that we're talking about, can you be 60 and be the face when some of these older artists can work with younger artists and give them the alley-oop to let them go do what they got to do instead of just being there looking for a handout. Seek, what you got?
They can't help nobody because they can't help themselves. You got to remember, they still own them fucked up contracts. What can they do?
That's not true.
Who in New Jersey can help anybody right now?
Anybody that's on.
Who's on?
All right, let me break it down for you. If Red threw a concert in North, Red couldn't fill that out? And if Red did close your doors, you don't think people will come out for Pace and Double O and all of them? Now, if Red used his name to say, because Redman has a big audience, right? It's not about giving them a deal. It's about the exposure. So if Red said, these the new folks coming from North here, and he gave them the mic and let them rock on his show, that's bigger than him saying, yeah, there's new people in North, yeah, whatever. Wait a minute. Let me show you one more. I'm gonna show you one more. Because I'm not talking about giving people deals. I'm not talking about giving people deals. I'm talking about exposure. Because that's what people need. Like I said, look, if attention is the new money, they're paving the way for that to happen, and that makes their name good where they're from, because they're looking out for people where they're from. They're still they're still giving back. We've got to the point where people can't get back. You can't give nobody something you don't have. You're right, because all those people are independent, but what they do have is attention. So if you can divert the attention to, I'm nice, y'all like me, well, these are the people I want y'all to look at now. That right there does a lot for them where they're from and for the people who they can elevate. I would love to see Tretch still tours. I can't talk about Tretch. Tretch was like, look, I'm doing the show. And he always names his artists, 050 Boys, Trilly Trails, Reek, Prince Ock. He names them on other places. And you'll see him with them. Where do you see anybody from Jersey saying, yo, I'm from here, and these are the people for where I'm from? How come Jersey can't do it? And we laugh at that, but Snoop does it with Death Row. And Snoop has a weekly YouTube show where he has a freestyle thing where there's new names coming up and putting their faces on camera with him, rhyming and showing their skills, so that Snoop's like, these are the new people coming behind us. That's what the whole New West movement was about. I'm tired of that shit where we got to say, well, how come? The how come is either people are scared of losing their spots, or it's greed. And my thing is this: for something to survive, you have to make way for new blood to take it over. How do you inspire someone to do better if you're not giving the inspiration for them giving the inspiration to them to take what you've done and make it better? How?
Yo, they looking at it like you need me more than I need you at the end of the day. Like, I feel like if all the people that's from here that's on that level that you name get together and put up their own bread and come up with a hold up. Let me finish. Come up with a concept. Oh, come up with a like a show. Then reach out to Redman and tell him to come. That could possibly happen. You know what I mean? But us sitting around waiting for him to do that shit. Come on, that's like waiting for to see Santa Claus come down the chimney or some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen because you got to look at it. They looking at like they don't owe us nothing. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I agree with you. I feel like once you make it and you got popping first from your city and they supported you, you gotta get a support back. Fuck getting turkeys on Thanksgiving. We tired of that shit. You ain't need no fucking brown. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's a music scene. We got to continue the music scene. It starts from home at the end of the day. That's why I'm always respect people like Atlanta, Memphis at the end of the day, because we're going to, regardless of the fact, we need this channel open for more people to come so we can bring more money and create more artists, because it is a lot of talented people in New Jersey. And it ain't just all the people you name. It's bigger people than just the people they talk about, Fetty Wap, Surf. It's more people other, you know what I mean? But that's all I got to say.
Come on, what you
I
at?
got, I got a different point of view just because I'm not from Jersey and I'm not up on it, but I and so to me it's always the DJ, man. And I'm speaking for my fellow DJs. I've seen the best artists get, not the best artists, but I've seen artists get put on through the DJs platforms. Like for instance, in Brooklyn every year they do the Bushwick Collective, and they'll have somebody like Static Selector who'll have a set and he'll have like all his peoples come through and rock the show with him on joints that he may have produced, you know what I'm saying? Or I've seen K Slay did it, rest in peace, to put people on through his platform, you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, and this is me speaking for a DJ from a DJ's perspective, as a DJ's perspective and a producer, I always think that we artists shouldn't always look for the another art because they compete, right? They kind of competing for the same fans. But if you got a DJ who has an ear who may have a broader net that he can cast out, connect with those DJs and do shows with the DJs. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to always love those like DJ Clue did it where they have those surprise shows where they be playing records and they set that he may throw on a joint or something he produced for somebody and that artist comes out and performs that record live kind of thing. So I think and I get what y'all saying, like more artists should have put other artists on, but there's also other avenues too to get put on, and it's not always particularly through just an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I always think that DJs who, because to me, a lot of DJs always want new music. So if you always find a DJ who's willing to play new music, and you connect with that DJ, in my opinion, you're going to build a better relationship, and you're going to probably move a little bit differently than if you're waiting for an artist to put you on. Because the artist who sees you is either going to sign you and want to be attached, so you can be attached right off to put you on the shelf somewhere, or he gonna want access to your production. He gonna want access to your MCs that you rock with for himself, kind of thing. So that's just kind of my devil's advocate, kind of how I look at that when it comes to that type of situation.
All that shit evil. Fuck that shit. That's all evil. Let me tell you, let's go to the comments. Drum Rugged said, when older rappers tour, they get their core fans from the 80s and 90s to still praise them like they did back in the days. Nowadays, they just won't respect. They won't get respect from the young and proud. Nah, that's not true, Rugged, because niggas now, I'm sorry, artists nowadays are hustling backwards. They fucking suck, yo. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm gonna take it back to the 80s. Ice-T, Public Enemy, all of them. When they went to different towns, they had a scout say, who the hottest person in your town? I'm gonna give them the opportunity to rock on the stage or our show. Who does that anymore? Now it's like, yo, give us $1,300. We'll let you rock in three different places. You got to get there on your own, by the way, and that's it. So you're paying for your spot. Even if that was what it was, how many people are actually doing it to help? The only people I've seen do that is Ghostface and the Locks. I saw Millie's perform. I saw a couple of my homeboys perform on the stage with them when they came to the town. So we don't even see that close anymore. Salute to Ace Wonder. Drums Rugged also said, Busta and Snoop always recognizing and co-signing newer acts. Busta has done songs with like Bia and shit like that, so I respect that. But you don't always have to put somebody on your album. It's social media. All you gotta do is take a picture with them and let them perform on your channel. Give them that. Snoop is the person who really does that. Snoop had my people. Shout out to the Bush League. They from Plainfield. They had a song called Space. Snoop played their video on his show. That is a bigger cosign than I've seen anybody give out here. And Snoop from on the West and putting people on from Jersey. Come on, man. Let's be real, yo. Sorry, Ace Wonder said, I'm no longer in Jersey, but I remember Red pushing folks like Govmatic. Rest in peace. Does he put new talent on through his Gilla House imprint? No. The only people who was on Gilla House, shout out to my man, Runt Dog. He had Mr. Williams to You. That album was fire. How many videos y'all seen for it? He had some, but how many of y'all did y'all know? He's asking me, so he didn't know about Runt Dog. How many of y'all knew about Socrates? He from Canada. Melanie Rutherford, that's the R&B singer. How many of y'all knew about Icarus? Now, Runt Dog's from Jersey. Icarus is from Brooklyn. And Socrates is from Canada. I pause. I'm for a reason. I want you to ingest that. Also, I want you to think about how Redman said on the verses, it seemed like Jersey ain't making enough noise for me. He just came back. He's been in Brooklyn and Staten Island this whole time. And I love Red. That's my man. But let's keep it real.
You on one tonight, my brother.
Whatever. We telling the truth.
That's passion, man. That's passion for the city. I respect it.
Ace Wonder, passing the torch is a part of hip hop. The biggest names have always broke artists and added to their legacy by uplifting new talent. Doing that not only made them become bigger but richer, but there's no money in it no more. So right now, I really have to know who's really doing what with whom. I've seen so-called legends in Jersey get mad because people won't call them legends. The fuck I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to just call you a legend? Just because you want to be a legend? Because you feel like you're a legend? Because you're a legend in the block? Legend in your hood. Nobody knows.
Still alive. You're still alive, I guess.
But see, there's different levels to legend, but let me keep it real with you. Y'all are traveled men. You are a traveled man. How many motherfuckers you know, you go somewhere, they be like, yeah, this is what I listen to in Jersey. They be like, who? They're like, who the fuck is that? Nah, he's one of the, like, he is? I don't know. And that's not a knock to them.
Fact.
It's just the reality of the business.
Fact.
Are you hot on your block or you hot to the world? You have people who tell you about your shit and come to you like they got that status, but they really don't because the world doesn't know you.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people slip up is they so concerned on what the block thinks about them that they forgot there's a whole world out there. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to represent where you're from, but I when I do music, I never think about Dallas, Texas, or I don't even think about Queens. I just think about who's dope that I can connect with to work with. You know what I'm saying? Tell you I'm from Queens and all that, and I got that pride, but I'm never thinking about what people think about me here locally or where I'm from back home. Like it never crosses my mind. And I think a lot of people want to, it goes back to that old high school thing. Everybody wants to be the popular kid in high school, and that translates into the rest of their life when they do stuff. They just want the people in their immediate circle and neighborhood and block to respect them, and they forget it's a whole world out there that's waiting to tap into what you got going on.
Talk about it. Seek, quiet. What's going on, Seek?
Nah, like I said before, like it's just a whole bunch of trash out there. I ain't even know no hip hop joint. To be honest with you, I'm on my R&B vibe. I'm listening to new R&B, and I ain't talking about this. Think about anybody that's new to the show. They've been watching and fuck mainstream. I don't give a fuck about them. I love interviewing them to get their story, their wisdom. You know what I mean? That helps feed my hip hop dictionary in my mind and stuff like that, and also help me be better at what I'm doing. If they got great music, I'm gonna listen to it regardless. It don't matter if they signed or unsigned, because at the end of the day, they still human, and they was once a nobody. You know what I mean? And they still nobodies in a sense, because if they not signed anymore, especially if they're old person. Like, I'm not buying into that shit no more. I'm done. You can't get me to listen to a Jim Jones song and relate to it. Like, you know what I mean? If it's a catchy song, of course. Just like Young Miami song. That was a catchy song, but that shit is out. I don't hear that shit no more. Well, not on my feed. You know what I mean? It was there, it left. But like I said, fuck bullshit ass hip hop. Bring back that real hip hop. You know what I mean? Everybody can't do it. Let's be honest. Everybody don't get a trophy for participating in my book. Maybe in y'all book, but my book, hell fucking, I'm judging your shit. If your shit trash, I'm gonna let you know that shit trash. And if you over exaggerating using AI, I can't support that shit. Like I said on last show, that's just me. If you over exaggerating that shit, you could use it how you use it, but I'm judging that shit. I like creators that's creating from here. Fuck a computer.
All right. So let me just say this one more time. It is one more time. I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just stating the facts. Because is it possible to be a legend without the radio play? Of course. Because you got people like the legends in Jersey that I know of that didn't get major radio play, like G-Rock, Double O, Quazza Mill, Mike C, rest in peace. Shaw Skills, rest in peace. Nitty Gritty. I've heard some of their music, you know what I'm saying? NJ Threat could be put up there as somebody who made moves. Bless McFly. Shout out to the purple folk. We have people out there that's doing stuff, and I can only speak about Jersey. If I had to talk about somebody else, check this out. Y'all know Jackpot Scotty Waddy? I don't know that name, Jackpot, right? He was supposed to be one of the members of Wu-Tang, but he kept going to jail. So let me tell you what Wu-Tang did. When Wu-Tang got to their fourth album, I guess, you know, the one people wasn't checking for no more because of the Hot 97 shit and the quality of music changed. Instead of him just being a legend in what they are, they put him on their album. So Jackpot Scotty Waddy, who was a rhyme partner of the Jizza back before Wu-Tang was put out, they made sure he got that look later. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, Wu-Tang is the ultimate I'm gonna put my people on movement. Cause Killer Army, Sons of Men, United Kingdom, Timbo King, LA the Dark Man, you got so many. And I respect them for that. Before we go to your thing, I'm gonna just say this. I don't want Jersey to be like Memphis and Atlanta. Fuck Memphis and Atlanta for this conversation. Not fuck them, but for this conversation, I can only talk about where I'm from. Because I could tell you what I think about where they're from, and I could be totally wrong. I'm frustrated when it comes to Jersey, because even the dope Jersey producers don't get introduced to dope art acts that these known artists know to help them with their albums or put shit out. So, come see, come saw. But what I can say is, what I'm going to say is just this. New Jersey needs to do what California did. When the New West happened, it was like, all right, y'all ain't fucking with us. Y'all go over there. We're going to collectively do our own shit, and we going to support us and leave y'all out. That's why the Dom Kennedy versus Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg conversation went so far, and then we got Pac Div, Dom Kennedy, and all those people that came under them that was the New West, that gave birth to Nipsey, TDE, YG, The Game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. New Jersey really needs to do that. We really need to just get behind the people who are really moving and support them as a unit collectively. Because at the end of the day, I'm tired of people trying to impress people who don't give a fuck about them. These people don't care. And then when people do care, you shit on us, the people who do care. It's like you trying to touch the prettiest girl's ass in school who's disgusted by you. You're gonna get your ass rocked. Reality is gonna fuck you up. But the people who do like you, who do fuck with you, you turn your back on them and don't care. And that's piss poor and bad. It's horrible. And it goes into your point about you don't give a fuck about the computer. That's why a lot of people go into these computers. Because these artists don't fuck with each other the way they're supposed to. You know, Dr. Dre put out an AI album, right?
Yeah, I ain't supporting that shit, but what was the point of that town hall shit in New Jersey with Rod Digger, So Drewski?
Did you go?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What was the point of it?
I can't tell you, bro. I can't tell you because
I thought that was the way to help Jersey get together in some type of way because they are the faces of it in the industry.
I don't see it. I will tell you this. I shout out to the Fleet DJs and Rod Digger because I asked the same question at both of their open Q&As. I said, what can we do as a culture between the radio and the podcasters that we can have a collective co-working shared ecosystem where we can help break artists together to ensure that new faces and new voices are heard. So those stories can be told. And we can have a coexisting thing where not only are the stories told, but we're bringing faces to the culture. One person said, well, we're doing that now because we have podcasts and things like Drink Champs. I'm like, huh? And then at the other place, I was told some bullshit. I don't know because they didn't even answer my fucking question. And they was like, did we answer your question? I'm like, no, you did not. Y'all just went into self-promotion. Y'all didn't talk about what I asked you. And I think that's where it is. I think hip hop today is so problem focused and not solution driven that we're stuck in the shit. And instead of everybody cleaning themselves up and not smelling like shit anymore, everybody's complaining about who smells like the most shit. They're sharing pain instead of sharing ideas to fix the problem.
And trauma bonding. Yeah, trauma bonding for sure.
Yeah, fuck this shit, y'all. I'm done. Look. Anybody in the comments, y'all want to join the show? Let us know what's going on. We got Ace Wonder. He said Socrates and Icarus were hot. Cool. 82 said real hip hop. That's what we want. The Hello Effect said blame the DJ. Hey, here's something y'all can do as artists, whether you're older artists or younger artists. Go to the local clubs. Befriend the DJs, let them play your music and let them see what the crowd, if the crowd feels your music. Because at the end of the day, 50 said the most perfect thing that everybody forgot. If you're going to make music like he does for his shows, make a song for something and place your talent where it can be best utilized for something. So if you're a singer, but the industry ain't fucking with you, try to get your voice or your song placed in the show. Go through the sync catalogs. Go get sync catalog. There's so many people on NBA 2K who you'll never see.
They lazy, yo. That's the problem, man.
Or they don't know the information. Or they don't know.
That's lazy because they don't want to do the research to get this shit. They want to shit handed to them. Fuck them. If you lazy, go get a job, yo. I'm just being honest with you because you wasting time, effort, and you gonna have a mental breakdown because this shit ain't for the weak. Go get somebody to help you. Point blank, yo. Get somebody that's great at that. You know, so you don't have to do the research. Just pay somebody a few bucks. They'll go do the research for you. They'll come back with the information, and you know what I mean, figure it out that way.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong reaching out with somebody saying, hey, this is what I want to do. Give me a ballpark idea how much that's going to cost me. Oh, cool. Give me a couple months. Let me get my money together and I'll hit you back. That type. You know, it's okay to ask questions. Don't feel like you need to have the money up front. I know everybody
free.
Yeah, let's work. What's your budget and all that stuff? But I need to know what your budget is. Yeah, I need to know what your budget is so I can get my budget together.
You're damn right. No, what's your budget? But you know what?
Free.
Yeah, free these nuts. So like I'm saying, yo, but the thing a good businessman does is not always want everything up front. They will work with you. We live in the days where there's Klarna. Even Klarna don't take payments all up front. They break it up for you. So you can do that with a client. We do that.
I've done that. I've done that plenty of times. Like for the animated videos we had, I was like, yo, let me just pay you 50% up front. And when it's ready, I pay the back end. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So show people you're serious. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, can I put you on retainer or something to show that you're serious about it. It don't have to, it's ways around it, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to work in relationship with people who can help you out. Because I'm the type of person, I come from a corporate background, and I know once you lock in a vendor, you don't want to be chasing somebody else who can do that. Because you know what I'm saying? Unless they fuck up. So you wanna if you find somebody that you can work with, man, it's a working relationship. It goes both ways, you know what I'm saying? So just Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Don't front, because you know people I know everybody's rich. Everybody's rich rappers. Everybody got all the money in the world. So forgive me, you know what I'm saying, for being a 9 to 5 who got a budget. But you know what I'm saying, just find who you want to work with, put your money up, and get the right results. For sure.
Nah, hey, I'm an artist. I can rap really good. Free. Hi, I'm a singer. I can sing really good. Free. That's it. Yo, they want shit free.
Well, at the end of the day, the people who make the most money doing shit for free is the nigga on the side on the corner asking you for change for some coffee. They say I had a motherfucker moonwalk and put his hand out. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "I'm not giving you shit. I ain't ask you to fuck up your shoes to get some change."
Man, that's the new hustle, man. To beg for everything in life. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's not a hustle. That shit is ass.
Look,
work,
I don't
yo.
work for
Let's
free.
work, yo. Yeah,
I don't
let's
work for free.
yo. Let's build something, brother. Nah,
Screen record this shit. I don't work for free. Save this, download this shit. I don't work for free.
Yeah.
It's
No,
called work.
my first sentence is always everything is a conversation until some money exchanges hands. So we just having a conversation up until it's time not to.
I mean,
Let's work.
At the end of the day, when you prove yourself worthy and people know your work ethic, the quality of work, it will be only righteous for somebody to invest in you.
Hell
Like
yeah.
I said, if my thing you wanted me to do for you was $1,000, I don't got 1,000. All right, why don't you give me? Some people can give you half. Some people could pay you quarterly. All you gotta do is get them put it on paper and sign it. Because if they don't pay me, I'm gonna want my money. You know what I'm saying?
Judge Judy,
have conference, huh?
You taking him to Judge Judy?
I do what I gotta do, bro. You know what I mean? Nah, because at the end of the day, think about it. We all got families, man. Ain't nobody doing this shit. Your $50 can help ensure I have groceries in my house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. We in the world right now. Look at Gary, Indiana. Come on, yo. Like we're living in the world right now where they're talking about the grid could go down and we'll be without power for 18 months in America. Y'all prepared for that? Your help, me doing your video for you and getting your views and all that help can ensure I got beans, rice, and heat in my house. But instead, you the dopest rapper in the world. We both gonna starve? Fuck out of here. Joe Young, shout out to Joe Young. He said, we the only genre that puts an age limit on our hip-hop acts. That's not true, by the way. 50 is speaking bullshit. He been fell off. He always talking about someone else's music. He had one classic album. He's afraid to take a chance. I'm gonna answer that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. We're not the only genre that puts an age limit on acts, because R&B did it first. R&B told people that Shaka Khan's too old. Let's get Whitney. Whitney's played out. Let's get Brandy. Brandy has to act. We fuck with Monica. Now I won't fuck with Monica no more. We're gonna fuck with, well, who cares? Because then R&B is dead. And that's what they're doing to hip hop now. Not only that, rock and roll does do it. And so does country music. You got to be around these white folks to know what they do. And I'm telling you, they say rock and roll doesn't do it. They actually do. But here's the thing. Our culture is based on weaponized poverty. So where these people can't afford to buy tickets to shows that are not overpriced, because we talked about that, Live Nation, right? They overpriced the tickets. Mm-hmm. Those families can afford tickets to those shows where they can bring their children to these shows. When I go out to these festivals, I see parents bring their children to go see Pete Rock, who's on stage with De La Soul, Talib Kweli, Rome Streets, and other people who are new. So I can't say that. We're looking at it from a mainstream level, and all of us can't afford mainstream money events. Now he says 50 speaking bullshit, but actually 50 did tell the truth. Who's going to be the face of hip hop at 60 years old? How about this? Ice-T just released Criminal Migraine. Have y'all heard anything about it? All right.
I haven't heard anything about it, but it's a pretty good album.
Well, there you go. So, but I'm saying, like, he's the oldest rapper right now.
I'm gonna go check it out. Thank you.
You think somebody gonna put Ice-T as, oh, this is the hottest out right now? No, because he's older and people think there's more. Hip hop is tied to youth. So why would my 13, 14-year-old nephew be running to see Ice-T saying, ain't that the guy from Law and Order? Don't grandma watch that? Why would they listen to him rap? They can't relate to that. And he's a cop, but he's talking about Criminal Migraine. So they're gonna be confused.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, these artists don't owe it.
Nah, they ain't gonna be confused.
Yeah.
They celebrate snitches.
Yeah. Now these artists don't owe us nothing, so I don't know why people always feel like, 50 has to give us an album or this has to get, you know what I'm saying? It's like whenever artists tell you like, hey man, I just don't feel like I want to put out an album. Believe them. Like they don't owe us shit. Like you don't owe us another Get Rich or Die Trying. That's never gonna happen. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like that's
You,
like I said,
you know,
it's people who love music and they love putting out the art, so you're gonna feel it. And there's people who saying, man, I don't want to go through all that shit. So they just don't do it. I'm cool with that too.
I feel like the older artists should cater to their audience. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to drop a project, do a tour with that, you know what I mean? And you could buy the project exclusively at the tour date, like a part of the merch and shit like that. You know what I mean? And you could predict your sales that way. You ain't got to put out no album and try to go platinum or sell it. Them days is over, yo. And I feel like that was a facade to get more people to go out and buy the record. Like, yo, Usher sold 1 million first week. Oh shit, that shit must be
Nah,
hot. Let me go. Let me go get that shit. You know what I
them
mean?
them them sales wasn't legit back then. I know my one of
They
my
was
best
buying
friends
records.
it's my mom's my mom's one of my best friend's moms owned a record store and she told me some crazy stories about them sales that was happening in them shops for
Oh
the
yeah,
label.
people buying whole crates and taking them out and handing them out. Yeah, I know.
They
The
they
same
say,
shit.
hey,
That's
yeah,
box. That's the first
here's a
box.
CD, scan this CD 300 times. You know what I'm saying? Even
Mhm.
though we got 25, scan it 300 times, we'll throw you a little something.
All right,
Damn, yeah.
check that chat, everybody. Look, we got a poll up. Can older artists be relevant in today's hip hop? Put a 1 in the chat for yes, put a 2 in the chat for no. Let me know what you think. Joe Young said, "You're right, Karev. I agree with you. R&B,
Yeah,
point about the
yeah.
ticket. That was a great point. Ice-T
Yeah,
don't
they
have
could be relevant.
Jay-Z, T.I., Rick Ross, and Nas and other acts of lore. They've been more relevant than Ice-T.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Anybody say no? What y'all think? We got some eyes on this. We got 2 votes. Come on, let me know what y'all think. Can an older artist be relevant in today's hip hop? Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think older artists making music is good, but they can be burnt out. How many of y'all like that Inspector Deck album?
I ain't hear it, yo.
Shout out to everybody in the check-in. Strawberry Gigolo, what's good? Hey, in the A zone, what's good? Joe Young, what's good? Thank y'all for watching. First of all, thank you. But please put your
I heard
votes in. What's up?
I heard the only like mainstream I heard last time was what I listened to. I told you the Kanye West shit, the
Oh, fuck
Bully. That shit was trash. That's what I'm
Ashy.
trying to say. I'm not really hyped over anybody releases these days because I feel like the internet for me personally ruined it for me. Once I started seeing how corny these people was in real life, it made me not want to support them at the end of the day because you got to remember before the internet we was reading magazines. So you're
Facts.
looking at a cold picture and we listening to these fake stories that they made up to make them to make us want to beat them with that persona or make them want to body whatever they were selling. But now that you can see them for what they really is, and me, I'm so in tune and touch with hip hop shit. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like I really got disappointed with all that shit, and especially when quote unquote these supposed to be top MCs had ghostwriters. I never respected it. I'm never still not gonna respect that shit. Like at the end of the day. So
I mean, I treat mainstream like I treat indie. Everybody don't get my ear. So I mean, just because you so and so don't mean I'm gonna listen to it. Like I'm gonna listen to what I like and what I'm drawn to. Um, on that. So I don't listen to every new album that come out unless somebody tell me about it. But it's
Talk your shit.
but, yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
check out Gigolo. Check out what he said. He said there's too much emphasis on age in hip hop. Rock and roll bands like the Rolling Stones are still selling out arenas at 80 years old. Why can't our hip hop legends do the same? Like I said, weaponize poverty because a lot of our people can't afford those prices, and a lot of them are doing it overseas. Y'all remember
mhm.
Melba Moore? Melba Moore, I think it was Melba Moore. She wasn't popular here, but she went to China and became a megastar. And it's fucking sad that people put our culture or our people in our culture against each other. Seek, what you got?
I'm gonna tell you the real reason why. Because it come to a point in time we tired of hearing that drug dealer that shoot 'em up shit. Like at a certain age, you don't want to. I don't want to hear that shit all the time. Like I'm gonna be, and I'm just speaking for me, not for everybody. Like when niggas be talking about yo sucking dick and all that shit, I be at this age, I be looking, oh damn,
Oh,
that shit be
whoa.
crazy. Like you don't be hearing rappers be like, you know what I mean, bitch going. bitch do this and all this. Oh, my bad. I apologize. but you understand what I'm trying to say? It is like at this age, I'm like, yo, I'm good. I can't. What I would say is seeing like Nas and AZ. What was they at? That place at the New York where they got dressed up in tuxedos and shit like that. If you
Definitely.
aging like if you aging like that in hip hop, yes. But if you still hoodied up and tell me I don't want to, you the fuck out, go, yo, you 70. My grandfather ain't doing that. My grandfather was. I was going up to him like, yo, talking about girls and you know what I mean, shit that helped me. He wasn't trying to here give me a pack or here, grandson, here's the gun, go stick him up. That's
Here's
why.
the gun. Here's the gun. Yo, shout out to Seek, yo. Let's go to the comments real quick. In the A Zone said the artist's life should not reflect their music, but let good music should prevail. Agree or disagree? I think an artist's life can be told. It's the rules of hip hop because hip hop said if you ain't really do it, you shouldn't rap about it. That's the setup right there. Because in the beginning of hip hop, everybody lied. They had all these cars. These motherfuckers live in the project selling drugs while their songs were on the shelves. So I think that's something that was put into hip hop to help destroy it. What do y'all think? That's just my answer.
An artist's life should not reflect the music. Oh, so that's my draw to hip hop is the guys are telling stories that feel real. You know what I mean? Like now, yeah, it may not be your life, and you may have been around people who did it. So I kind of put that in the same thing as if you're telling the story a certain type of way. But I don't want a guy like you said, cocaine raps and all that stuff, and you went to private schools your whole life and went to Bel Air Academy. Then that's some wild shit right there. But not.
Yo, see what you got.
Nah, like I feel like at the end of the day, like you could be a great storyteller. Shout out to Slick Rick. You know what I mean? You could paint your story a certain way. You could add like a little fictional shit in it because you're trying to sell a product at the end of the day. Like, I don't want nobody trying to act like they're a certain way because if you were selling all these keys, you'd have been caught. Like, respectfully, let's think about it. Like, it ain't one smart drug dealer that on the planet, you know what I mean, that escaped prison. Like, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So I think it's a time and place where it's like anything. Is a time and end. You gotta let that shit go. You was hot for whatever years. Move on. It's okay to fall back and live life and do other shit. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I think for me it is. Like I feel like it's okay to retire also and just pop out sometimes. You don't have to be that main dude. You made a lot of money. Hopefully you did. You smart with your money. You know what I mean? And everybody don't have to own a record label. At the end of the day, everybody don't have to manage, but do something else in life. It ain't just hip hop. And I think the thing is, as fans, we want to see Jay-Z perform until he in a fucking wheelchair. No. Jay-Z, you was hot in the 90s. All right, who was at the Jay-Z? Who was at the Jay-Z that came up? They gave Drake his run. Drake shit over. Now who's next? If ain't no next, let's do what we need to do, figure it out, especially all the quote unquote people that got so much to say about hip hop, like the Ray Daniels. Like, what you think we should fucking do? That's it.
Well, I saw something dope the other day. Sky Zoo. Sky Zoo has like a catering company. He had posted, I guess he was working with some clients about some food he made for them. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. Because I knew he moved to Atlanta, but I didn't know it was to start a catering company. So that kind of made me like respect him even more. Kind of like you said, he's not just doing just a hip hop thing 24/7, but he has other business ventures that he enjoys doing. So he's always in some sort of creative vibe. So stuff like that I respect, man, when I see people kind of living life and doing their thing, and then when they come back and do the music, they always sound refreshed. Because Karev said earlier, they don't sound burnt out because they feel like they're forced to rap all the time. You know what I mean? So that's those type of artists I respect the most is when they kind of go live life for a little bit and then they come back.
Facts. And shout out to Sue Surf because he said he learned that all these rappers talking about criminal activities, it was only 2 people on a level 7 tier in prison. Him and Pooh Shiesty, I think he said he was. Nobody else who glorifies all that shit is there. And he said he felt whack. And he said when people in jail told him, I can't go home. Go get out and take your mom out to eat. Go get a girlfriend. Go treat her good. You got a daughter? Go take her to school. I'd rather be doing that than sitting in here right now. So with people having that perspective, salute to them. Let's go back to the comments. Joe Young said, The Clips put out a masterpiece with Pharrell. That's a timeless album. Most music comes and goes. It's not sticking to the people. Great points from you guys. Stay grounded, stay positive. Because you're listening to the #1 podcast in the game. 3 shows, 1 destination, your viewing pleasure. And that's what it is, yo. So salute to you. Triborough Gigolo said, I'd rather listen to Ice-T, the new Ice-T album, than what's currently considered hot and trendy. Well, if a grown man is singing Spin That, he got a problem. Yo, he doing this shit in the house, then something wrong with you, yo. Fucking weak wrist. I don't like that shit, yo. He's a lot of hip hop acts are overseas too. Appreciate it for taking time to point out the narrative of hip hop music. Salute to you. Palaya. Shout out to Palaya. He said authenticity is the key, but there are many aspects to art. Even if your art doesn't reflect your life, if you're telling it in a way that is authentically, it will authentically to you, it can resonate. And that's true. That's why it's called artistry. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to send us a super chat. Thank you. Cash App at the bottom. There you go. In the A Zone says, so let the artist art form prevail, but not the false narratives. And that's the key. Who's controlling the narrative? Because if ageism is a thing, what's hot and trendy is also a thing. And what they call out, what people tell us what's hot and trendy, instead of the people telling you what's hot and trendy, that's where the situation gets crazy. The last thing we have is the hip hop artists realize that hip hop can't pay all the bills. The smartest artists use their funds to back their businesses, and the smart ones don't declare their ownership. Yeah, well, I think that says it all right there. So I think this was a great show. Salute to everybody who joined us. As you see, we got polls. Salute. We got polls. Join the show. If y'all want to send in videos, if y'all join the show, you can. All you gotta do is send your video to an email. The email is Karev at Heritage Hip-Hop. Put attention, the Mic Council in the subject. Load in your video, and we'll play it. Ace Wonder joined in. He said, as Red said, the words you talk better be the words you walk. You can't be rapping stuff you don't live. Goddamn right.
Salute to Ace too. We just dropped that new video, Penmanship from Boom Bap Alumni. Dope video. One of the first ones out the gate people hit us up about. So salute to Ace for shooting that for me.
Yeah, Ace, that was a great song too. My man started with the Method Man joint. That's one of my favorite tracks on Boom Bap Alumni. Shout out to Ace Wonder. We should have played that video tonight. See, man, we ain't got enough time though. But you know what? Maybe the next show we'll load it up. You know what I'm saying? Up here, Palaya. Penmanship video is flames. There you go. There you go. And for y'all, everybody who is not in the know, let me tell you now. Next weekend, next Saturday, is the Heritage Hip-Hop Awards. And I'm going to give y'all some insight. When it came down to Project of the Year, 2 albums are battling for that #1 spot. Look at the balloons. Look, we partying. 2 albums, y'all. We have a winner for every award except for Project of the Year. The Cash App at the bottom of the screen, Mr. Joe Young, is $ Heritage Hip-Hop. And for anybody who gives, it doesn't go to me only. It's for this platform. And what we're going to do is promote the platform so that the Hello Effect and DJ Kawon and Heritage Hip-Hop get proper promotion. And when we all get to 5,000 subscribers on all 3 channels, we're going to give you, the viewer, you, the subscriber, all of you something free from us. And it ain't going to be a video saying thanks and it's over. No, we're really going to do something.
I already know what I'm giving. I already got it. I already know what I'm giving. So
yes,
it's going to be dope.
Why am I doing the Rick James hands, yo? I love that shit. Oh, Notes 82 said, Boom Bap Alumni got to be one of those albums. Sir, tune in 8 p.m. August 29th. That's Saturday. This Saturday coming up. Tune in. You're gonna have the winner of the awards. We're gonna have our dedication to the legends alive and some who have passed away on the show. And we have a brand new award this year, the Rhythm and Soul Award for R&B singers.
Nice.
So seek to all those people, Miss Jones and Simi and all of them, they got an award they could be shooting for next year. Hopefully we do the Heritage Hip Hop Awards in person, but if not, me and the Hello Effect and DJ Kawon, we're going to come up with something together that we can do in person, and we're going to do something special. so people will know that
Facts.
we're out here. We're not just sitting on the computer. We're
Yeah,
like
Facts.
we're like
Outside.
these
We
fat fuck slobs
outside.
that's in the house just playing games all day,
I
getting
want
bigger and
I want to
bigger.
get dressed up. I want to put my suit on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We outside. Let's get it. Let's get
We
it.
on paparazzi and everything out there. And most importantly, it's not about just us. It's about you. We're giving back to you. Because guess what? $1 million worth of game ain't coming to your town saying what's up to you. Drink Champs is in Miami. They ain't come outside to talk to you. I don't give a fuck who y'all watch. Watch them. Salute them. But they're not coming to you. And they didn't even make you a part of their show. We do. So salute to them, but support the people who support you. That's what Heritage Hip-Hop and the Hello Effect and DJ Kawon's platform is all about. Let's go to the final thing. What is in your rotation this week, Kawon? What you got?
I talked about the R&B joints. Danielle Porter, she has a really dope album. The Womack sisters, dope trio. Bobby Womack's Baby Girls, they put out a really dope vintage sounding R&B album. Um, Notes 82, man, we getting ready for that. Boom Bap Alumni's out. Like I said, Ace Wonder, we just dropped that video, Penmanship. I got 2 more videos, and then we're gonna shut down the Boom Bap Alumni promotion. So we'll probably be done pushing out for like another 2 months or so. And then me and Notes is getting ready for a September release of The Faculty. I remember this week, The Faculty's dropping. And then listening to those, man, and then listening to whatever I'm working on another album, producer album, and then me and my brother Kandu are gonna go under a duo moniker, a production moniker. We're gonna debut soon, and we already got some beats out to some artists that we're gonna start working on that album. So busy as always, my brother.
All right, Seek, what you got?
Right now, I don't have anybody particular that I'm listening to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna listen to a bunch of people, but especially the people that y'all suggested. But I'm trying to just get over this show that I got going on next Sunday. Hello Effect Experience Part 4. Then I'm gonna take a little break from doing events because I'm taking probably the next one on the road. I'm thinking of the DMV area, Maryland area, you know what I mean? But that's more than in it come. But I'm gonna take a break also because I want to focus on creating some music also. You know what I mean? I feel like it's that time for me to at least drop a single or something like that and run it through my ecosystem and see how far I can go. You know what I mean? Then based off of that data information, I can help other people. You know what I mean? And that's with a dollar sign attached to that. It's not free. Once again, like I said before. Another thing I got going on too is a freestyle challenge. A lot of people ain't really engaging in it, but I want to just be more particular and I'm gonna make more videos about it. It's gonna be a deadline, you know what I mean? What it is going to be a 3-page article for the winner of a freestyle, you know what I mean? The beat is provided by my brother Stress, you know what I mean? 973. Is linking my bio on the page, but I guess artists these days don't want free promotion. They don't want to be a part of a magazine that's distributed all across the world, you know what I mean, and also have physical copies. So I'm gonna do some more promotions and I'm gonna pick the winner. But just for clarity, I got a partnership in the magazine for 1 year. I got an editorial piece that's called Air to the Street. So I do every day. I discover new artists on IG. You know what I mean? If I think they nice, I look at their page, see the work they putting in, and if I feel a certain kind of connection, I'm gonna offer them some promotion in the magazine. You know what I mean? But also I'm gonna run the freestyle challenge, and also I'm gonna be partnered with 17 ciphers, and we might be putting out some bread. You never know. But once again, artists, these are opportunities that sometimes come to you for free because that's free. You know what I mean? And y'all too lazy to really jump on it. You know what I mean? Because y'all choose to think I'm gonna hop on this bigger platform and I'm gonna get signed and looked. No, you falling in that system of the crabs in a bucket. You know what I mean? Everybody doing that same shit. Like, where's Waldo? You got to be different. You know what I mean? You got to connect with locally, like people like in your city first. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that we got the Heritage Hip-Hop. He's in Jersey. We got the Hello Effect in Jersey. Connect, support comes all way, but once again, like I said before, you don't gotta support where you from, support people that support you. So once again, any artist, anybody out there that's looking to be seen and heard, and you looking for a place or places with an S that's going to celebrate you and support you, look no further. All 3 of us tap in. God bless. Thank you for everybody that been supporting the show. We still growing. It's more to come. The year is not over, so Just known. If you want to be a part of the show, like Karev said, send a video, engage, share it. If you want to be a guest, tap in. Let's get it. That's all. Thank y'all. God bless.
Right.
Good night.
In the comments, Ace Wonder said he wants in on the freestyle challenge. Note said hit up Johnny Floss, Nick Moody, John Jiggs. John Jiggs is a monster. Shout out to the Monopoly family. That's my people.
It's on my page. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not hitting nobody up. I shared it. Whoever find it is also. I got an ad promotion going on it. Anybody want to be involved? I'm doing my due diligence. It's up there for free. The link is in the bio. Johnny Floss, that's my bro. Ma'am got actually we got 3 interviews. His interview that he did at New Music Wednesday is dropping this week. Shout out to Johnny Floss. He know what it means to invest in himself as an artist. That's why he outside making moves. Appreciate everybody.
As far as myself, all the new albums that are out, y'all can listen to those. I'm personally listening to the Boom Bap Alumni, Artificial Ipkiss 2 by Stan Ipkiss, Bad Motherfucker by Janetza Miranda, Entanglement by Lady Girl. I'm listening to The Son of David and The Wonderful World by Ace Wonder. I'm listening to Keep It Rugged by Drums Rugged. Did I miss somebody? No, I think that's about everybody. And for anybody who missed out while listening to those, because this Saturday, 8 p.m., the Heritage Hip-Hop Awards, I'm fine tuning it tonight after we get off of here with my co-host, DJ Big A. He's in the A zone in the chat. He also is a photographer. Shots by Big A. Anybody in the area who needs a photographer, check out Shots by Big A. And for those who did not know, we are doing a special tribute to Pumpkinhead, a special tribute to Mike C, and a special tribute to Sha Skills. Rest in peace. So all 3 of them for the Heritage Hip Hop Awards. So for everybody out there that's watching, may the Most High bless you. Peace. And we are out. When it ends.
Thank you and good night. We are Heritage Hip Hop. Real